What's up, guys? Got a couple of rainy days here in Southwest Florida, so I'm stuck indoors. We're going to do another data dive here. This time it's going to be in the condo and townhome market. Going to take a look at the entire state, jump into all the major metros that I covered in single-family homes, so let's get right to it. Okay, guys, we're going to start with townhomes and condos statewide. This is all going to come from the Florida Association of Realtors. I have not seen these numbers yet. This particular page I have, but none of the counties we're going to dive into. Closed sales down 12%. That's pretty strong. That's a substantial drop from last July. And the reason we have July's stats is because the association provides them a month later. So in September, we'll get August stats sometime late September. Don't know why they take that long to do it, but these are the most recent numbers from the Florida Association of Realtors. Median sales price falling 6.3%, average down 2.5%. That 6.3 is substantial. Taking condos on the median statewide and townhomes under the 300K mark, sitting at 295. Condos are closing in about 107 days. That's the median time to sale. They have pending inventory dropping to the tune of 11.3% and new pending sales down 6.3%. So new pending sales are just what went under contract that month, what sold that month. Pending inventory is all condos and townhomes under contract. They could have went under contract months ago. If they're still not closed, they're counted in that pending inventory number. So that being down 12% tells me we're probably going to have more lower closed sales like we're seeing up here in the subsequent months coming into the fall. Inventory up 20% from last summer. That's a huge jump for this time of year. 70,000 units on the market, 9.6 months of inventory, an extremely strong buyer's market. That's how you get 92% of your ask. And again, guys, that's not the original asking price, even though it says it is here. It's the final asking price before you accept an offer. So that gets a little skewed. Last year was only 7 months of inventory, which was alarmist then. When I was watching these numbers last summer, I said 7 months is bad. This could quickly get higher than that. And here we are a year later at 9.6. It's actually down from what it was in the season, but that's a 37% increase to the month's supply. And real quick, guys, if you enjoy this content, smash that like button. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Helps me out immensely, and I appreciate everybody who already has. Let's get back to the video. So we'll dive down into the counties, start in the East Coast, Miami-Dade County. Sales down 17%. Massive drop in their closed sales year over year. That is big. Holy cow. Median sales price only moving about 4.5% to the negative. Average actually up 15.1%. And again, guys, that could just be a couple of really high-end units selling, skewing that number. So I like to pay more attention to the median. They're getting about 92% of ask, matching the state here in Miami-Dade. Actually, almost verbatim the same numbers. Median time of sale, 107 days. So pretty close. Miami is kind of echoing what we're seeing statewide. Pretty close here. Their pending inventory is down, not as bad as the entire state. Their new pending sales almost mirroring what we just saw. So they're also going to have subsequently weak closing months coming up here going into the fall. I think that 17% could just be getting started. We'll see where it goes. Active listings up 31% from last summer, 12,838 units on the market, a 14-month supply of inventory. Oh my God. I've never seen, that's the highest month supply of inventory I've ever seen since I've been tracking these stats, guys. 14 months supply of inventory. That is getting dangerously close to 2010, 2011 levels of months of supply. 54% increase. Wow, 9.1 last year, which is also catastrophic. You would think we would see stronger price declines, but when you have listings up 31% and you have closings down 17%, that puts your month's supply through the roof like that. Now, I'm going to hit Broward County because someone asked me to last time. Their sales not as bad, only down 7.5%. Median sales price barely moving 2.8%. Average 1.8%. You're getting about 91% of your asking price here. So very similar to their neighbors there in Miami. Yeah, 107 days in Miami, 108 days in Broward. So super close. But their pending sales for the month of July fell 10%. And their total pending inventory is down a whopping 18% from last July. So they're also, this is starting to, we're going to see less and less condo sales pretty much through October from what this is telling me here. Listings up 26%, their month supply of inventory at 12 months. Guys, 5.5 months, according to the association, is a balanced, fair market. where neither buyers nor sellers have an advantage. Anything over 5.5 is buyer's market. 8 last year was a very strong buyer's market. Now it's 12. That's a 50% increase. And you would think with that, we would see stronger price declines. But, I mean, their prices are declining, but not, I mean, that is a crazy amount of inventory. Okay, one more for the East Coast. We're going to do Jacksonville's MSA, then we'll head over to the West Coast. And as you can see here, guys, this covers a lot of area, so results may vary. Their sales down 14% year over year. Wow, their paid and cash sales are down 25%. Median sales price down 7.7. Average, that's basically a rounding error. We're going to call that not dropping. 93% of your asking price, 99 days to contract. So East Coast, from the furthest tip north to the most southern area, pretty much status quo. This is happening in these two areas. I don't know how it is in the middle, if you guys can chime in the comments. But basically, we're seeing the same things here in the north and south of the eastern end of the state. Pending inventory down 11.4%. New pending sales for July up, though, 3.6%. Their inventory has increased 13%, not as severe as we're seeing in the south. Only 6.5 months of inventory, which, again, is a buyer's market. Like I said, anything over 5.5 is a buyer's market. But it's not as catastrophic. I mean, Broward and Miami-Dade have double that. That's nuts. Okay, time for the West Coast, Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater. We are looking at a 19% decline in sales, almost a 20% drop in sales year over year. Wow. Median sales price down 9.4%, average sales price down 12.5%. So the first place we're looking at, what a stark contrast for price drops from East Coast to West Coast. And I'm just going to go down to the month supply of inventory, 6.8. It's nowhere near as high as Miami or Broward, but they're just getting crushed over here, getting absolutely crushed over here. 36% increase in the month supply. It's only a 12% increase in the number of listings on the market. Their pending inventory is down 20%, new pending sales down 16%. Tampa MSA is going to have a rough fall. The end of the summer is not going to look any better than this, and they're going to have a rough fall because that's basically what the indicators are here. The pending inventory and pending sales looking that drastically down, they're not going to have strong closings here, potentially for the remainder of the year. And these price drops, most likely will continue. Their median sales price is down to $267. So we can take a look at their median sales price over the last year. It's just been a constant decline every month. Every single month they went negative year over year. It was very small last year in July when I said we need to start paying attention to this. And people say, oh, what's 0.3%? But look how fast this spirals, guys. And you can see they topped right here in about August of 2023, where we were floating a little over 300K. Now we are down to the 267 mark. At the previous summer, it was 295. So you could potentially have lost $30,000, almost 10%. If you waited for last summer to this summer to sell up in the Tampa MSA. And again, this is all going to vary as you dive in each zip code. Each HOA is going to be different, guys, but this is a broad spectrum that we look at, and I use the same metrics every time, so this is why I stick to them. Continuing south to Manatee County, guys, we're going to go straight down Southwest Florida here, then we're going to check out Orlando. Sales down 10%. This is the theme, guys. Condo and townhome sales are going through the floor year over year. The price declines vary, but it's basically price declines everywhere we've looked so far. Median sales price down 2.7%, average down 6.9%, getting 91% of your asking price there, 111 days to close a condo, in line with the rest of the state. Pending sales for July down 16%, pending inventory down 13%. We're starting to see this everywhere. They don't have a large condo townhome market here. As you'll see, there's only 1,500 listings currently. Still a 20% increase from the previous July. Month supply at 7 months. All right, Sarasota County, they got some relief from the home price declines. Sarasota County has been getting crushed for home price declines this entire, pretty much this whole year, and that stopped with single-family homes this month. Condos sales also down 16%. Median sales price down, oh my God, down 17%. Average sales price down 30% year over year. Oh my God, this gets insanity. $537,000 was the average sales price of a condo in Sarasota County or condo or townhome last July. It is now $375,000. Oh, we got to dive into that. I can't let that go. Oh my guys, I was hoping to find some better news in this chart. This is last July, and here we are. Oh, well, that's the lowest number in 5 years. Oh my goodness. That's the lowest average sales price in 5 years. Oh my God. And you could see this can get skewed easily. This month here last year saw almost an entire complex on the beach, brand new, sell in the millions. So that's how we got these numbers. So, September and October, I'm sure it's going to look like massive drops, but I expect that, but not here. This is crazy. They're down from what was pretty much standard. That's a huge drop. 537 down to 375. Let's look at the median sitting at 300,000 down from 365. God, 17% decline. And it's just, whoa. I mean, it's been going this way the entire year, as you can see here. Not the worst month. November saw a 31% decline in the median sales price for condos and townhomes in Sarasota County, but I would be shocked if that's not the worst numbers we see today. Oh my God, regaining my composure, getting 88% of your asking price. That is horrendous. That means half the people got more than 12% off the asking price, the final asking price. I haven't seen a number that low. The only number that's that low in any of the data that we've looked at is single-family homes in Collier County are getting about 88%. Oof. 2,000 condos on the market. Again, not a massive condo market compared to the other places we looked at, but inventory still up 12%. 7.5 months of inventory. Much lower than what is happening on the West Coast, but still getting absolutely destroyed on these price declines. And pending inventory is down. New pending sales are down, so they're going to have subsequent closings. I think this is just getting started. And with the new regulations and laws and rules that they've passed to give condo associations more and more time to fix their problems, I think this is just going to drag you out for probably the better part of a year. Heading to Charlotte County, usually our biggest offender for price declines, only down 14%, which is insanity, but doesn't seem crazy after looking at Sarasota's average sales price down 11%. That 14% is the medians. Sales actually up 10% in Charlotte County. We're starting to see this trend month after month in Charlotte County, whether it's condos and townhomes or it's single-family homes, where sales are ticking up year over year. And with the pricing, I understand why. I mean, you can get some of the best deals around this county right now, and subsequently Lee as well. 88% is the median percent of your list price received, following Sarasota there. We have an 11.1 months supply of inventory. That is catastrophic. That means it would take 11 months to sell every single condo and townhome unit we have on the market in Charlotte County if we didn't add any more. Almost a year of inventory. That's we're getting close. We're getting close to those early 2010 numbers. Not quite there, but we're getting close. 16% increase in the active inventory, $899. Again, another small condo and townhome market. But I mean, I thought maybe the bleeding was going to stop here in Charlotte. It looks like it's probably going to continue for a little bit. But sales are up. Sales are up 10%, and pending inventory only fell 1.3%. Super strong July for putting these things under contract. A 33% increase from last year. So that tells me, again, Charlotte County is going to continue to have strong closings here, probably throughout the fall in the condo and townhome sector. Now, I do want to jump to the median sales price to show you Charlotte County peaked here in this segment in June of 2023, less than 2 years ago, getting about $330 was the median sales price for condos. Now we're sitting at $232, a $100,000 price drop, and basically a 30% decline, 33% decline. I'm not going to do the math in my head right now, but we're somewhere around there. So, People still tell me this is not happening. All right, down to Lee County. This is Fort Myers, Cape Coral. Can they beat Charlotte? Also, a 10% increase on their sales as well. Like I said, people are heading into these two counties because you can really negotiate and, quite frankly, depending on your view of things, steal some stuff right now. Who knows if it keeps going? What some people think is stealing could be catching a falling knife. We have no idea. Their median sales price still down 13%. Oh my God. Average sales price down 9.4%. So even with the increased sales, we're just still seeing crazy drops. 88.9% of your asking price is what you can expect to close at down there right now. Now, they have a lot more condo and townhome inventory than Charlotte or even Sarasota. 3,800 and change, a 16% increase from the previous year. 10 months of inventory, also catastrophic, was only 8 this time last year. So these numbers, these inventory numbers, guys, across the entire state just keep going up. And the prices keep going in the other direction. Pending inventory is down 5.2%, but they had a strong month, 5.4% increase from July to July. So that kind of offsets it. So it's probably going to be status quo going through the fall here from what I'm seeing right now. And basically the same thing in Lee County. They topped here in November, December, surprisingly, of 2023. What an odd time to hit your all-time median high. It looks like they were somewhere around 340, and now we're sitting at 260. Yikes. All right, Collier County usually has some crazy numbers for me. Not pretty standard, 9.5% decline in sales. That's not that crazy. 8.6% decline in the median sales price, 5.3% in the average. Okay. Tame after some of the other stuff we've seen in other areas of Southwest Florida. Unfortunately, 88.9% of your asking price is what you can expect. Yeah, 23% increase in the inventory levels, 3318, 9.7 months of inventory, guys. So Southwest Florida, I mean, with the exception of Tampa, which has kind of fair inventory, but is still seeing crazy price declines. All of Southwest Florida, super elevated inventory levels still, even through the summer. This is not supposed to be this high at this point in the year. And again, if we continue this here, whether it's the single family sector or it's the townhome and condo sector, we're going to come into season. We're going to get a lot of listings, and it could be a bloodbath. I mean, these numbers could look like nothing in another year. Let's see what Orlando's doing. Okay, Orlando, Kissimmee, Sanford, MSA, kind of the same thing, down 9.2% on the closed sales. Both median and average sales price falling 5.4%. Yeah, you're getting about 94% of your asking price here, though. That's pretty good. It used to be 96. I mean, there was a time when you would list houses and properties and you never got your asking price. So the 94 is pretty good. I mean, you always assume you're going to come off a little bit. That's how the housing market used to work before people got in their heads that everyone's just going to pay over ass for the rest of their lives. So 94.3 is pretty good. Still down from last year, though. Hit with a 20% increase to their inventory, $48.99 on the market, 7.1 months of inventory, guys. So really, no matter where we've looked, whether it's the north or south of the East Coast, Southwest Florida, the center of the state here, I haven't gone into the northwest portion, but it just seems like condos are getting absolutely trampled, and inventory continues to rise everywhere. Now, places like Southwest Florida that got hit with this initially, surprisingly, still seeing some really, really strong bleeding. It's spreading to the rest of the state, as you can see here, really spreading to the rest of the country. But Southwest Florida is still taking the brunt of the beating from the numbers that we reviewed here today. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. If you like this content, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.